Well, who is it?
I think I have a bit of a crush on Mia.
Never known you be into women.
I'm not. Well, I wasn't. Oh, I don't know. I feel like such an idiot saying it out loud.
Charlotte had convinced herself that the trip to Antwerp was exactly what her marriage needed. A clean slate, a chance to breathe again.
It was a fun evening.
Yeah.
I wanted to say thank you. For what?
20 years together wasn't nothing. It was a history built on love, duty, and compromise. She wanted to believe that all the cracks she'd been noticing lately, the silences, the sidelong glances, the uneasy laughter, could be sealed over by a few days away from home.
He's taking me away for our anniversary.
That's great. Where are you going?
Back to where we first got together, Antwerp.
We should probably...
Yeah, we're late. Bye.
Bye.
Jacob seemed to believe it too. He had planned everything down to the smallest detail. The boutique hotel, the flowers waiting in their room, the view over the old square that looked almost like something from their honeymoon. He smiled at her with that same boyish charm that used to make her heart skip. And for a moment, Charlotte wanted to believe that maybe this was the start of something new. Or at least, a return to something safe.
Oh, come on. It's our anniversary. It's always going to be a decent bet. I'm so excited to be back.
But even as she smiled back, a faint unease clung to her. She couldn't stop thinking about Mia.
Well, I wanted to say thank you.
For what?
For, I don't know, for stirring things up.
Mia had appeared so suddenly, like a spark that fell into dry grass. She was supposed to be just another nurse at the hospital. Competent, friendly, eager to help.
I didn't know you had ADHD.
Yeah, but it's an old med school habit.
Today's gonna be fun. Not as much fun as last night, but then what is?
Cheat on my wife.
Yeah, but you did. Be our little secret.
But from the very first day, Charlotte had sensed something beneath that brightness. A curiosity too sharp, a confidence too deliberate. Mia asked too many questions, laughed a little too freely at Jacob's jokes, and seemed to know when to linger just long enough to make Charlotte notice.
I thought it was Mia for a second. In fact, I could have sworn I saw her last night.
Even now, miles away from the hospital, Mia's presence hovered in her thoughts like a perfume that wouldn't fade. Charlotte had caught Jacob looking at his phone earlier that morning, smiling at something he wouldn't show her. When she'd asked, he'd brushed it off. A message from a colleague, he said, but the flicker of guilt in his eyes had said otherwise.
I think I have a bit of a crush on Mia.
Never known you be into women.
I'm not. Well, I wasn't. Oh, I don't know. I feel like such an idiot saying it out loud.
Still, she tried to play along. She dressed up for dinner. She laughed when Jacob teased her. She told herself that love meant forgiving small things. But that fragile piece began to crumble when Jacob revealed his surprise. A guest he'd invited to join them. Someone he thought would make the trip more exciting.
What are you doing in our room? What are you doing here? What is going on? All that stuff you were saying, did you know about this?
The idea unsettled her immediately. The tone in his voice, the glint in his eyes. When their guest arrived, the evening began to spiral. The wine flowed, boundaries blurred, and the air between them thickened with something electric and uneasy. What started as a romantic experiment turned into something darker. A performance neither Charlotte nor Jacob could quite control.
God, sorry, I'm sorry, I completely misread the situation. Wait.
Later, when the lights dimmed and the laughter faded, Charlotte lay awake beside her husband, her mind racing. She replayed the night's images. Jacob's smile, the stranger's touch, the sound of her own voice pretending to enjoy it all. And behind every thought, Mia's face appeared like a ghost. Smiling, knowing, dangerous. Back at the hospital, threads were coming loose. There were murmurs about a missing vial from the supply room, a patient file that had been tampered with, and a potential internal investigation. Charlotte didn't have proof, but she felt it in her bones. Mia had something to do with it. The nurse had been collecting secrets. Small ones at first, then more personal. Who was sleeping with whom? Who was covering whose mistakes? Charlotte could feel Mia's grip tightening around the edges of her world. The next morning, Charlotte sat by the hotel window, staring out at the gray Antwerp skyline. Jacob was still asleep, breathing evenly beside her, oblivious to the storm building between them. Her phone buzzed softly on the nightstand. A single message lit up the screen. "Did you miss me?" No name. No emoji. Just that question. Charlotte didn't need to wonder who had sent it. She could almost hear Mia's voice saying the words, half teasing, half threatening. And in that moment, Charlotte realized that no matter how far she ran, Mia had already found her way inside. Into her work, her marriage, her thoughts. The line between fascination and fear had blurred, and the control Charlotte had always clung to was slipping through her fingers like water. As the camera of the mind's eye pulls back, the image of Charlotte sitting alone in that cold hotel light becomes clear. A woman who thought she could escape the chaos next door, only to realize it had followed her.
Want more queer content? Then please subscribe and hit the notification bell.